Reborn as a vending machine, I now wander the dungeon.
I've heard of that one.
I actually watched it, so nobody else has to. So, it was released, let's see here, 2023. So very, very recently. And at it's still technically ongoing.
You know Golden Boy's on Crunchyroll?
I did not.
All 6 episodes.
All 6.
I had to reset my settings in on my Crunchyroll account.
Oh yeah,
because it was mature, and it's defaulted unmature apparently.
Oh really?
Like everyone's is defaulted like rated T or something something like that.
Yeah.
So I had to fucking give me the good shit. Give me that good.
Let's see, now if you subscribe to High Dive, they don't give a fuck. They'll show titties and all.
Damn. But I'll probably I'll have a watch of Golden Boy and see if I can remember enough of it to tell a good recreation of it.
You need to.
It's like episode 1.
All right, so first episode, it's titled The Vending Machine Travels. So an unnamed man, we never learn his name, is killed by an accident involving a vending machine and is reincarnated into another world as one himself.
Why would I want to be reincarnated as the one thing that killed me?
Because he loved vending machines.
So he died doing what he loved?
Yeah.
Was he fucking it?
Well, he loved all new and all different kinds of vending machines. Like he had an obsession with vending machines.
You see one last shot of his dick in the vending machine before it tips over on him?
Hot coffee just pouring on him. He discovers that he contains options to upgrade himself as a vending machine.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it also costs points to charge his power supply, and without a customer, he will lose power in 1 month.
Yeesh.
He is attacked by frog-like monsters, but discovers a blessing from God that generates a protective barrier as a vending machine.
Okay.
So he's got a barrier that he can use on himself. The monsters soon get bored and leave. A starving human hunter named Lamus later appears. The vending machine develops a way of communicating in which his stock phrases mean other things. So it helps him to communicate with her. So like he'll say, there's different vending machines in Japan where they'll like actually talk whenever like out of stock or like different things like. So he found a way to communicate by doing that basically. So that way she understood if he says one phrase that means no, if he says the other phrase it means yes.
So he's sentient?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. So he helps provide her with food and water. As her blessing is strength, Lamus decides to carry him, revealing that in a dungeon on a secure level where adventurers have built a village. Along the way, Lamus saves a girl from...
Damn, how deep is that fucking dungeon? You have a whole village within the fucking dungeon.
Like each level of the dungeon looks like a fucking world.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
So along the way, Lamus saves a girl from some thugs. Lamus wants to show him to her friend Hulami on the surface, but without money for the teleportation circle, she takes him to an inn where her friend Munami works.
Munami.
Tunami.
Must be related to Tanami. Tunami.
Punani.
That's my brother, Tunami.
My sister Punani.
And Punani is my sister.
The new vending machine becomes popular with adventurers and he gains many points because they spent money with him basically.
Oh yeah, he's breaking it in.
How
does he get more supplies?
He can buy them in his own like menu. So allowing him to upgrade his items. Lamus acquires a frame to carry him on her back and it names him Boxo. Because he looks like a box.
Oh.
Like a giant because they don't understand.
Original.
Exactly. Episode 2 is called The Frog King The Frog King. God, if I could even talk. The King Frog Fiend appears.
How did you go from Frog King to King?
I got a little bit of dyslexia for a second.
Sometimes do with numbers. It'll be like if the price is $9.74, I'll be like $4.79.
Right. It's
what the fuck can I do that for?
The customer gets super happy.
It's like, oh, and then I go like, oh, it's $9.74. You son of a bitch.
So this is where we meet Director Bear. an actual bear who is the director of their Hunters Association. On this level of
Hunter associate. Wait, what? A baby, like if you made a deer, the hunting committee president, right?
yeah.
Or like you made a Nazi the hunter of Nazis or something. That doesn't make any sense. You made the bear the head of the hunting association.
The Hunters Association, yes.
And are they unsuccessful at hunting because you make sure no one gets hunted?
No, they kill monsters, but he's an actual bear.
Oh,
He's just director bear.
I'm not sure what I was trying to say there. I was trying to say like certain jobs don't make sense for certain entities.
And for a hunter, yeah, that doesn't.
Like we hunt bears. For him to be like it would like for some reason ever since he became president, our hunting skills have dropped considerably. Like he like self sabotages from within.
So the director bear asks her to take Boxo, the vending machine, as food support for a large hunt to exterminate frog fiends, the same monsters that attacked Boxo earlier. Carriol, leader of the Menagerie of Fools party, yes, that's their
Menagerie.
Menagerie of Fools, takes an interest in Boxo, who decides he cannot be trusted. Philomena, Carriol's second in command, examines Boxo but senses no magic inside of him. Meanwhile, Lammas becomes friends with a huntress named Shui.
Shui.
Yeah, Shui. Boxo decides to join the fight to protect Lammas, though. Lammas discovers that Boxo on her back is a counterweight. He basically helps her usually poor control of her strength with something extra on her back. So like she's usually super, super clumsy, but by carrying the extra weight, she can actually fight.
That's nice. Oh, that's how the writer's like this fucking genius. So that's that way he always carries him and not to be a burden.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Then he fucking puts his pen down and he goes and starts checking out. Like, no, I can't anymore. I gotta keep writing. Imagine if every writer was a goon. They just had to break.
Most of them are. So okay.
To break the goonness.
So after the battle, Boxo provides free sports drinks to the injured.
Limited time.
No joking. Don't say that.
I ain't giving this shit out for free.
Director Bear believes a king frog fiend is nearby and takes the remaining hunters to find it. That night, a hunter tries to break open Boxo to steal his items.
That motherfucker.
But Boxo burns him with scalding soup, and he is punished by Lammas for trying to rob Boxo. When the king frog fiend appears, Boxo provides cola and some mints.
Nice.
To do the whole mint and the cola.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The combined items are eventually used to blind the king enough for the hunters to return and slay it. With the hunt over, everyone returns to the village victorious. Number 3 is called Rebuilding. So the party returns to the village only to find that it has been destroyed by a two-headed snake. Used to such things, the citizens kill the monster and begin rebuilding.
Oh.
Carriol asks Lammas and Boxo to join the party, but Lammas refuses again. Akawi, from the Merchants Exchange, reveals the village is running out of silver coins, which are inside of Boxo, because everybody's buying shit with the money, and he's got all of them now.
Okay, just loaded.
To get them back into circulation, she proposes buying them back with gold. Unfortunately, Boxo cannot perform exchanges. Though Lammas realizes by buying items with gold, Boxo can return silver as change, which satisfies Akawi.
Nice.
So he can't just do an automatic exchange, but if you buy something, he'll give you change.
There you go.
It's like he still wants to buy some shit.
I remember once we were at the mall down the road.
Yeah.
And we had just gone out of a movie, and there's these vending machines right before you get outside to the parking lot.
Yeah.
That parking lot like tower, or I forget what they're called.
Parking garage.
Garage, yeah.
Yeah.
And we put some. I put $1 in, or no, my cousin puts $1 in. And he was like, he couldn't get it. He didn't like anything, right? So he hits the button to get all this change out, right? And this fucking machine puts out $1's worth of nickels back at us. And it's just pouring out. It's like, oh, help me. It was nothing but nickels. He's like, and the funny part, he's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like he said, oh my God, 3 times with an extra little hit, like a high pitch, like a higher note. This fucking shit was, imagine $1 worth of nickels. That shit was fucking dripping out of the, he couldn't hold
And the itty bitty little container that it comes down into.
it. Just falling out of his hand. I was like, holy shit. Who the fuck pays with nickels? And they gave us nothing but nickels back. There was no quarters in it, no dimes. It was just nickels, $1 worth of nickels.
So you get 20 nickels. It's just like,
It didn't seem like 20 nickels at the time. The shit was fucking pouring out.
you probably got more than that back. It's like,
Probably. And I was like, here, I'll just give me the nickels. The fucking fat fucking wad of nickels in my hand. And I gave him $1. He's like, I'll give you $1. You give me the nickels. He's like, bet. And I fucking reach in. I'm just like, oh, I changed my mind. It's a lot of fucking nickels.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was $2 worth. Cause
It had to have been a lot, yeah.
Cause that shit was fucking dropping out.
Because $2 would be 40. And most like things out of those vending machines, if
A higher price. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I guess we didn't have another. Well, it might have been like $2.75 or something. I'm like, wait.
And all nickel.
And then it just like $2 in nickels. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Imagine the fucking vending machine guy laughing his ass out right now.
Exactly. You got your nickels back.
You got your $2 back, you son of a bitch.
You know, he was proud of himself. He's like, no, I ain't got to change, man.
Because he must have got those nickels somehow, right?
Yeah.
And he just fucking put them back into the fucking that motherfucker.
So that's kind of how it is with Boxo for this. It's like, ha ha ha, now you can have all this.
Like, here's your silver back. Give me that gold.
Boxo later adds a gambling function to it.
Of course he does.
To where it's like, you might win a free prize out of the things that he sells.
Oh, right.
So it's like there's that chance, if the more you spend, the more you might win.
Wait, wouldn't it just be the same just to buy the item?
Yeah. But people that are constantly buying shit from him, they might win a free drink.
But you just buy the drink, you get a drink.
Yeah. Basically.
That gambling aspect doesn't make any sense. It makes sense if I got like a free drink in the future.
Right. But no, this is like when you put the money in, it might give you a free drink and you get your money back.
Oh, there you go. That makes more sense.
So it's a gambling function.
Right.
Otherwise, it's like you're just paying for the drink.
Basically, yeah.
Then we have Director Bear asking Boxo to help Shirley, a brothel owner. So Boxo sells her condoms to deal with diseases.
Good Lord.
So he changes and adds those to his, like his items.
Right.
A rich girl named Suri, who Lamus previously rescued, tries to vandalize Boxo, but he stops her and also forgives her as she misses her absent father. It's like, just because you ain't got no daddy. That's why you're acting like a bitch.
I'm sorry, but I understand your suffering, but we all gotta, everyone has to get punished the same. He throws a bunch of soup at her.
She gets burned.
He just threw her right in her face. He fucking scolds her for life.
Boxo also begins to sell soap at the public baths. Director Bear asks Boxo to use his camouflage skill to catch criminals in the act.
The busiest fucking vending machine of all time.
I know.
Every business.
While disguised, Boxo overhears Asuri trying to buy him from Lamus, who refuses. And so the rich girl wants to buy the vending machine. Boxo is overwhelmed with emotion by this before revealing himself to Lamus.
Revealing himself?
Yeah, because she was right in front of him, but he was like...
Pops out.
Because he was camouflaged.
Right.
To where he went invisible, basically. Episode 4 is called Boxo is Abducted. So Boxo is kidnapped by thieves, including Gugoyle, the hunter who tried to break into him previously. They take him to their hideout with a kidnapped magic item engineer, who turns out to be Lamus's friend, Hulami. She and Boxo quickly become friends, and with her expertise, she realizes Boxo contains a human soul. So she's actually smart enough to figure it out.
Right.
That night, the thieves sneak in to attack Hulami, but Boxo persuades them to leave by dispensing pornographic magazines. It's like, here you goons.
How much shit does he have? The fucking supermarket.
Because he can just change out magically, whatever. The thieves leader gives her 2 days to break Boxo open or she will die. Shortly before the deadline, the hideout is attacked by Lamus and the Hunters Association in search for Boxo. The attack sets off explosives that buries Boxo and Hulami under rubble. They survive inside of Boxo's shield while he also provides Hulumi some oxygen, because he can create an oxygen tank that like
For $9.95, you can have this oxygen tank.
basically, yes. So he can create it due to the fact that you can buy oxygen, like not masks or anything, but I guess in Japan that's one of the kind of vending machines that you can use where you can breathe in just pure oxygen.
You can do that from a vending machine?
Yeah.
That sounds baller as fuck. Let me take a quick break and just fucking inhale pure oxygen.
Medical grade. Yeah. In turn, Hulumi provides Boxo the thieves' gold to help maintain the shield, because his shield uses up his credits, basically.
Shit.
Lamus eventually finds and reunites with Boxo and Hulumi. Kiriel is revealed to have uncharacteristically aided in Boxo's rescue for free by capturing the thieves, though he insists it is a ploy to eventually have Boxo join the menagerie of fools and help Kiriel achieve his dream. Episode 5 is called Vanity, Pride, and Vending Machine. So while Lamus is embracing Boxo, Hulumi reveals that Lamus hates losing people since her and Hulumi's parents were killed in a monster attack. Suri tells Hulumi that there will be a gathering of merchant families and their magic item engineers. A girl from a rival family named Kanashi will be there. So she asks Hulumi to pretend to be her engineer and Boxo as her latest item. Kanashi's engineer presents an automaton that obeys orders. Hulumi is outraged as it is made with a mind-controlled human soul, which is against the law. With the automaton going berserk, Hulumi helps free the trapped soul. As such, Kanashi is disqualified. Later, the village's restaurant owners panic whenever a popular restaurant called Chains opens a branch. It's like the most basic of name. It's a chain. It's a chain restaurant. It's called Chains.
Quite the satire there. The meta joke.
Exactly. Just chains. Because there's multiple on every dungeon.
Yeah.
So they ask Boxo for help. After Lamus and Hulumi discover Chains' food is low quality, Boxo provides several novel items, which the chefs reverse engineer so they can make themselves. Chains goes out of business in only 1 month. Kiriel asks Boxo and Lamus to join a campaign. Despite Boxo's mistrust, he decides to accompany Lamus as she wishes to improve her abilities. Episode 6 is called The Fighting Vending Machine. So by providing free ingredients to make home-cooked Odin, Boxo facilitates love between a shy shopkeeper and a village guard named Gorth. Spring arrives and Kiriel's party is organized to check the population of crocodile fiends. So we had the frog fiends, now we have the crocodile fiends.
All
They're
lizards.
real innovative here. So just every kind of animal, just it's a fiend.
But anytime a reptile, it seems like.
Yeah. This dude hates reptiles.
It seems like.
So Boxo provides a portable toilet with a privacy tent, which the ladies are grateful for. Yeah. It's kind of a weird.
Yeah.
Kiriel decides to call the crocodile fiends to prevent them from hunting humans. Hulumi reveals to Boxo director Bear, asks her to look out for a stratum lord, which is like a level lord for each level of this dungeon.
Yeah.
It's like a stratum. Stratum, I guess is the right word for it. A rare monster similar to a dungeon boss. Almost immediately, the crocodile lord appears, forcing everyone to flee and leave Boxo behind. Boxo dispenses fried chicken to Distracted, but is he himself swallowed.
Shit.
Here's some fried chicken, bitch.
It's a big ass fucking crocodile.
Yep. Safe inside of his barrier, Boxo floods the Lord's stomach with cleaning chemicals and gas, and then creates a spark by heating a tin can inside of his microwave function, causing an explosion that kills the Lord.
Of course, he has a microwave function.
Exactly. This vending machine has everything.
It seems like it.
Because he can just transform into different kind of vending machines, basically.
Nice.
Boxo receives a valuable coin as a reward, but magic leaking from the Lord's bones collapses the ground underneath him. As he plummets into an even lower stratum, all Boxo can think about is a distraught Lamus. All he cares about is his new friend.
Not my baby girl.
Mm-hmm. Episode 7 is called The Voracious Devils. So Boxo lands on the next stratum, a giant maze. Defeating the Lord has given him 1 million points. which he spends leveling up to rank 2 vending machine. He is disappointed that the coin he received is just a medal proving he killed a lord. As a rank 2, he unlocks a solar panel to recharge his power without spending points anymore.
Nice.
So he can just recharge himself now.
There's sunlight there.
Yeah, because each like level has its own like world, basically.
Guess in my head, I'm still seeing just a dungeon.
Yeah, this is like think open sky and everything.
Damn.
Even if the dungeon is just providing like a mimicry of everything,
Right.
It still looks like an open world. Yeah. So eventually, he encounters 4 young creatures called bear cats. Suko, Pel, Short, and Mekane.
Man loves bears.
He does, apparently. From the conversation, Boxo deduces they are seeking treasure in a maze since they must eat a lot to survive. Unfortunately, they do not realize that Boxo is conscious, so they plan to sell him to Chains. That's their idea.
Like, guess who's back? Chains.
They were attacked by a colossal flame skeletitan. Is the name of it?
Skeleton.
It's a giant skeleton on fire. The mazes stratum lord. But the bear cats escape with Boxo. Despite Boxo dispensing useful items to help them, they still do not realize that he is conscious and that he has a consciousness. As they reach the maze exit, they encounter Lammas and the Menagerie of Fools, who are thrilled they finally found Boxo, as Lammas was furious at Curiel for abandoning him. The Bearcats ally with the hunters and are dumbfounded whenever Director Bear explains about Boxo's consciousness and unique method of speaking. Through his menus, basically.
Yeah.
Episode 8 is called The Flame Skeletitan of the Labyrinth Stratum. So Curiel asks Boxo to help defeat the Skeletitan, revealing the Menagerie of Fools believe a legend that anyone who receives a coin from defeating a Stratum Lord then makes it all the way to the lowest Stratum, where they are granted a wish by God.
Damn.
That's what they think anyway.
Why at the lowest low?
Yeah, you're going to hell.
Yeah, why not go up?
They need 6 coins in total, but only have 3 so far. Boxo is intrigued, as it could mean that he can use his own coin to become human again, though he also fears losing his usefulness as a vending machine.
Could be a merchant.
You would think. No, he wants to be a vending machine, okay? As the maze possesses its own traps, they plan to drop the Skeletitan into a large pit, which they spend days filling with Boxo's water and ice to extinguish the Skeletitan's protective flames. Boxo also adds dry ice to the carbon dioxide smothers the flames even faster. So you get the water and the carbon dioxide.
Yeesh.
Once the Skeletitan falls into the pit, Boxo tricks Lammas into knocking him down there as well so he can use his weight to kill it. After dispensing helium balloons to lift himself out, Boxo receives the Skeletitan's coin, but happily sells it to the grateful Curiel for 100 gold. So he's like, oh, you need another coin, bro? Okay, I got you. 100 gold, though.
It's like, dang.
Episode 9 is called The Less Than Ideal Hero. So the ground stop at the Mazes Stratum Hunters Association headquarters, because each level has its own Hunters Association. While the Menagerie of Fools return to Clearflow Lake Village, Director Bear asks Lammas and Hulami to begin mapping the maze. Mishuel, a young handsome hunter, begins working in the maze as well, though. However, once alone, Boxo witnesses Mushiel's personality, where he is nervous and lacks confidence. Mushiel joins their group, even though he means working together for 3 weeks with his terrible communication skills. So, in a person, he's all like the main character syndrome and stuff like that. But behind the scenes, he's just like, you don't know how to talk to people at all. A nervous wreck all the time and everything. So Lammas becomes unwell from getting her period. So Boxo dispenses menstrual pads and transforms into a clothes washing machine to clean her clothes. It's like he's doing too much at this point. You need some tampons, girl?
I can wash your clothes for you.
Hey, I got you, girl. The experience actually brings Mishiel out of his shell. After another week, they encounter assassins sent to kill Mishiel for a mysterious reason linked to his past. With Boxo's help, they're easily defeated, though. Mishiel decides to leave, but Lammas suggests that he join the Menagerie of Fools, since they will not care about his past and will welcome his strength in battle. The group finally return home and find Boxo's absence. Chains has been using fake vending machines to sell their low-quality food. Though with Boxo's return, they are quickly exposed and shut down.
Yeah, I give him credit for trying.
They did try. They're a chain, okay? They had to
I
try.
got all sorts of ideas. You can't bring a corporation down that easy.
They tried, okay? Episode 10 is called Gastric Measures. So the restaurant owners union decide to hold an eating contest to attract people back to the village, which they have finally rebuilt at this point. This backfires whenever Shuei and the Bearcats, who are gluttonous, enter the contest. Afraid for their profits, the union begs Boxo's help, so he dispenses cola, which, if drunk by the contestants, will fill them faster.
That is true.
You get that the carbon dioxide.
Go to a Mexican restaurant, they bring you that soda and those chips. You're gone before the first meal.
It makes you feel like you got a lot of food for the price.
I'm like, dang. Fucking main course comes, you're like, I don't want this anymore. Give me a box ticket.
And he's like, I can't do it no more.
Man, that fucking big ass fucking glass. I don't know where they get these fucking cups, right? But they're the size of a fucking 2-liter bottle. And then they bring you a big old bowl of chips and fucking cheese, and you're like, and then the fucking food gets you. You're like, oh yeah, the regular food.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You're fucking full.
Unlimited tortillas. It's like fill you up even more.
No more unlimited.
No más.
I fill up your cup. No, I already drank 2 liters of stuff.
It's like you're just laying there. It's like
That's what it feels like.
After an intense multi-round contest, Shuei defeats the Bearcats and receives free access to Boxo for 24 hours as a prize.
Nice.
Even though he didn't necessarily want to agree to that to begin with. He's like, fuck.
It's like looking at his finances. Damn it.
Exactly. With Lammas carrying Boxo, Shuei takes them to an origin stratum that is closest to the surface, which houses an orphanage and uses her free 24 hours to feed, wash, clothe, and entertain the children. So that's what she does with what she won, basically.
That's nice.
She uses it for like this little orphanage thing. Shuei explains the origin stratum acts as a sort of test to allow access to the lower stratums, meaning that it tends to collect people not strong enough to survive yet, like children whose parents died during the test. At night, bandits try to steal Boxo's items, but he takes their photographs, then scares them away with mist, ice, and creepy music. The orphanage director, a retired hunter stronger than Curiel, later takes care of the bandits to protect the children.
Takes care of.
Quote unquote.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 11 is called The Dead's Lament Stratum. So the Menagerie of Fools asks Boxo to accompany them to the Dead's Lament, a stratum of undead which scares Lammas. Whenever the dead wander about overnight, the creepy guild secretary explains they envy the living and often peer into windows as though trying to enter, but are harmless as long as the living stay indoors at night. To get over her fear, Hulami tells Lammas to go shopping alone, but she clings to Boxo terrified. Cariel plans to hunt the Stratum Lord, the King of Souls. As night arrives, Boxo encounters an undead child seemingly asking for a drink. Curious by the sign of potential intelligence, Boxo dispenses a bottle and is amazed whenever the boy attempts to drink it, and the same thing happens night after night. One night, though, the Menagerie of Fools camp outside the village, and the same boy follows them to see Boxo, who fails to save him. Boxo realizes that the boy has been carrying a copper coin in an attempt to buy something, and is deeply saddened. Cariel reveals that the King of Souls is a magic user, so their plan to defeat it will rely heavily on Boxo's impenetrable barrier. They're relying way too much on this fucking vending machine, though. That's my only problem with this. Like they really way too much rely on him. And then the last episode of the season is what can be done as a vending machine.
Fair enough.
So exactly. So the party locates the King of Souls, a skeleton possessing intelligence. Relying on her strength, Lammas avoids his spells before he's using Boxo to crush the king. The king is revealed to only have been a fragment of an even more powerful undead, the Netherlord.
The Netherlord.
The Netherlord. The names in this anime,
yeah,
just its own thing. Hulami and Shuei are mortally wounded protecting Lammas, which sends her into a rage until Boxo calms her. Deciding to trust herself, Lammas puts Boxo down to use all her strength and destroy Netherlord's staff. An impressed Netherlord retreats. Boxo becomes an emergency defibrillator and spends all his available points acquiring the telekinesis skill to operate it himself, reviving Julemi and Shui. The return home to inform Director Bear of the Netherlord, revealed as one of the Demon Lord's generals. He contacts the directors Veet Stratum to begin assembling an army of the most skilled adventurers to combat this powerful foe. Cariel considers abandoning his goal to ensure the party's safety, but they convince him to keep going. Lammas takes Boxo to the spot where they first found him and thank him for everything. Julemi and Shui secretly follow and thank Boxo for saving their lives by kissing his screen. They make a jealous Lammas kiss him as well, though, to her embarrassment. Boxo decides life as a vending machine is not so bad, though.
I'm sure.
He's got these girls all around him. It's like,
what's he gonna do with no dick?
Exactly. He can look.
Basically.
That's about all he can do, though.
I can vibrate, girl.
He probably could at this point. He does basically everything. It's like, I can give you pleasure, but you can't give me none.